Welcome to a twin flame reading. We haven't done this in quite a while, and I thought we could just do a quick check-in on the twin flames, particularly in the What's in a Spell collective. And it will just be a simple quick check-in. We're just going to get a card for the divine masculine, divine feminine, check in on their energies and see from there. So divine masculine, you've got the Queen of Pentacles for the divine masculine. What about the divine feminine? Okay. All right, that's seeming to be the energy for these two at this time. Okay. Just straighten that out. Let's see. We will take a look using this particular deck. Okay, divine masculine, what's up? What's up with your energy? What is happening for you? We've got the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, come on. Why is the Queen of Pentacles in the divine masculine's energy? So divine masculines. Well, okay. Certainly there's a sense of disappointment and maybe even failure in the energy, right? Yeah, things have not been going their way for the divine masculine. It feels like the divine masculine right now is pretty, they're not feeling it with the Queen of Pentacles. It feels like they could be disappointing a Queen of Pentacles, or they're just disappointed overall with the dynamic with the Queen of Pentacles. Feels like something here is failing, something here is not working out the way they thought it would. Now the Queen of Pentacles is in the upright in their energy, so the Queen of Pentacles could be oblivious. Now we have not had a twin flame reading in a while, so just to catch up, anybody that is not familiar with the What's in a Spell collective twin flame readings, this particular story is about a divine masculine in a commitment, okay, with the Queen of Pentacles, and they have now had potentially a twin flame journey with the Queen of Cups, okay, just so we know where everything is, or we can understand the story better. So with the Queen of Pentacles in the divine masculine's energy, definitely the commitment they are in right now is just proving, right, proving to not be the success that they either hoped or were seeking. Let's get some additional energy for this divine masculine. See a little more of why that is the case. Okay. Drastic. Okay. Okay. That is not to say that there's not love there. Okay. I feel like this divine masculine, despite the fact that things are not working out, or it's not going as they had hoped, with this connection with the Queen of Pentacles, they are still definitely providing. They're still supporting. They are still present in the ways that they need to be. Okay. Definitely children involved, so there's like financial support in that way. I think, you know, for the dynamic of the twin flames in the What's in a Spell collective, definitely it's a divine masculine that is devoted, you know, and has unconditional love for the family dynamic. Okay. Now with the drastic, extreme, harsh cutoff card, I feel like just in a general sense, they do feel cut off from the entirety of the situation, and they could be feeling very cut off from the divine feminine. Okay. You know, the pretending card, obviously at the bottom of the deck, it's because they are probably living under a pretense in their life. You know, they're kind of trudging along and doing what's necessary and providing in whatever way, but the commitment that they are choosing to keep and stay in probably is not, you know, giving them the fulfillment that they're seeking, right? Can we know what the general energy for the connection with the Queen of Pentacles is, right? I feel like there's a bolstering that is happening for divine masculine. I feel like maybe external energies like friends, family are lending support to a masculine. But more so I think towards this Queen of Pentacles. So it's an encouragement of trying to, you know, help this masculine maybe reconnect with the Queen of Pentacles, you know. I think there are definitely people that are helping the masculine maybe recenter themselves within the commitment, to maybe realize what they have here. I feel like it's a constant, I was going to say reminder, but I'm hearing it's a constant pain and reminder to have to keep, you know, living up to this ideal, I guess, that people have set on the divine masculine. So that is what we have for the divine masculine at this time. Let's go ahead and check in on the divine feminine. Now they've got the Justice card in reverse, right? Okay. All right. As we were mentioning. So for the divine feminine, who is a Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you know, I feel like the divine feminine right now, I like that the Nine of Pentacles is in the upright, because that means that despite everything going on in the connection, and the energies between the divine masculine, divine feminine, they are in a sound, you know, strong, resilient, self-sufficient energy. Honestly, they could be feeling very detached from the masculine, you know. It doesn't feel that they are feeling that connection with the masculine at this time. You know, it's not that they're devoid of emotion, but I do feel this is a feminine right now that kind of sees the entire situation as just being wrong. And I feel like the feminine is just kind of choosing to focus on themselves, right? Not really seeing that there is any potential for the connection. Maybe that's why there's like a stripping away of the emotion when it comes to the divine masculine. But again, let us get additional energies for the divine feminine. I think did I see a card turn over? We've got happiness. And yes, we've got anxiety, panic, and we've got, yeah. Okay. And the karmic card is at the bottom of the deck. Karmic card with, I feel like that's important. Let's add that. You know, the divine feminine right now is, they're choosing happiness. They're choosing themselves. They're choosing to be whole. They went through that period of anxiety, panic and everything. But, you know, what the Ascension card tells me that they have gotten past that. That right now it is all about what can make them happy, what can make things right for them. Now, there is a recognition that the connection here with the divine masculine could be karmic. They could be looking at it that way. They could feel like because it's a forbidden love, that it is a karmic connection, that it was a lesson to be learned. I feel like that's how a Queen of Cups, divine feminine, is looking to choose at the connection with this divine masculine. Okay. Let's get some, well, let's see if there's any energies between the, you know, divine masculine and divine feminine. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess they do see the connection with the masculine as a huge red flag, right? And I think, you know, religious factors, your love life is influenced by a religious upbringing and spiritual path. And I think with the Ascension card right above that, it's like a feminine that is really choosing to see what the connection is, you know, where it stands. I think also recognition of the commitment that is already, you know, long-standing for this divine masculine. And so it is not for them to break that apart, right? So that is why there is that detaching of the emotion, because it's a recognition, a realization that in order to find fulfillment, they would really need to set things right. And this is just not making that so, right? This connection. That's what I have, but I think I'm going to get separate guidance for each of these energies. I will use my Archangel Michael cards for the divine masculine. masculine, what is the guidance? It says make a commitment. And another card. Okay, so make a commitment, it says. Archangel Michael, as the angel of courage and confidence, I call upon you to lend me your strength, allow me to commit to myself, my life, and my divine purpose. Please clearly guide me so I can fully open fully open my heart to every experience. And then it says a favorable outcome. Thank you for the beautiful outcome to the situation, which is perfect and fair for everyone involved. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping me trust and have faith. And you know, bottom of the deck, it says have confidence. Divine Masculine, have confidence. Archangel Michael, please, this is a prayer that a Divine Masculine could actually say in their time of need. Archangel Michael, please lend me your courage and fortitude. Help me realize that I am one with all that is divine. Wisdom, strength, love, certainty, abundance, and health. Creativity, abundance, and health. My eyesight is really poor and I'm not wearing my glasses. Allow me to feel confident and peaceful about myself in all ways. So that is the guidance for a Divine Masculine. What about a Divine Feminine, right? Oh, wow, lots of guidance for a Divine Feminine, it seems. You've got loss, limitless, and courage. And at the bottom of the deck is true offering. So for Divine Feminine, it says here loss. Sometimes you learn true offering through loss. You make a passionate invitation for love to take over and bring I cannot see that. And bring her own plan instead of the ego's. Okay. Limitless. See yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone. And courage. It says, let me be open to courageously take the steps that are shown. So this is the guidance for the Divine Feminine. With the True Offering card, it says, true offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and return it to love. So that is what we have for just a quickie twin flame energy connection check-in. And I hope you guys enjoyed that, and we'll try to do it again soon.